Hey, have you ever wondered what your life purpose should be? Big question, right? Well, hang around. We're going to figure it out today. Hi, my name's Burns Hollyman. I'm the consultants coach. I help independent consultants become successful through coaching, giving them tools and techniques, and learning solutions. Today, we're going to do something fun. We're going to figure out what your life purpose is. And if we do that, according to the experts, you could live to be 100. Check it out. So let's talk about the power of finding your life purpose. Some years back, scientists did a study of all the places on Earth where people live to be in their late 90s to their hundreds. And these they called blue zones. I think there are 7 of them. There are probably more. If you know, put some comments down below, and that'll really help us figure it out. By the way, please subscribe, hit like if you find this of value. But this blue zone thing is really fascinating. And if we could just decode it, figure out what it is, we could all theoretically live to be 100, right? Well, the scientists looking at Okinawa, Japan, in fact, did break it down. And what they found is really 2 things. The first tier of things are all the things that your mother always told you, which is, sleep 8 hours a night, have a good diet of a variety of different things, don't eat a lot of meat, and eat to 80%, don't pig out, don't just fill your stomach at 100%, have a lot of friends, have a social life, light to moderate exercise. Those are all kind of standard stuff. The most interesting thing they found in these blue zone communities is all these people work until they're very old. I mean, until they die. They have a sense of purpose. Now, how do you get a sense of purpose? Well, there are really 4 things. The first is your passion in life, what you're really interested in, what you love. The second thing is what you're good at, what you have skills in. The third thing is what the world needs. Everything from market demand to skills and so forth. And the fourth thing is what you can get paid for. So those are the 4 components of Ikigai. When they overlap, you've got your life purpose. That's the whole concept of Ikigai. So these people in Okinawa do this stuff until they drop. And what's interesting about it is that they never retire. They don't turn 65 and start playing golf, get a heart attack 5 years later, and get cancer through pesticide walking around. So that's it. So let's walk through how we can find your Ikigai. Again, remember at the end of this thing, download the free workbook on how to do this. And again, throughout, I'd love your comments below on this topic because it's kind of important, right? The first thing you do in finding your Ikigai is you list out all of the passions you have, and it might be one. But more commonly, it's I don't know what my passion is, right? I remember being 17 at a remote campsite, and they had a laundry, and I was sitting in the middle of the night on top of the washing machine, freaking out because I thought, what am I going to do with my life? What's my life purpose, right? And I've had events like that throughout different stages, not dramatic or crises, just am I doing the right thing right now? Am I doing the most high leverage thing I could do with my life? Anyway, that should be driven by your purpose. So list out all of your passions and your interests. The second thing, as we said before, is what you know. List out all the things you're good at or the skills and knowledge that you have. You might be a big thinker. That's a good thing. You might be very precise, kind of micro level. That's a good thing too. You may have a bunch of skills from, let's say, coding to writing to being an artist to being interested in medicine, teaching. I mean, the list goes on and on, right, of skills that you might have. The third thing is what the world wants, right? What the world needs. If I do something in the forest and the world doesn't want it, then I haven't fulfilled the third circle. The fourth circle is what I could get paid for, right? You got to pay the rent, you got to eat and so forth. You might want a Lamborghini, I don't know. You got to find a way to do that. Now this particular circle it sometimes becomes a real cop-out and excuse for people for not doing their life purpose. And the best kind of most common example is being a writer or an actor, right? Everybody wants to do it. It's fun. I mean, it's life fulfilling, but it doesn't typically pay. Like I think 15% of working actors are working actors. The rest are typically unemployed, being waiters and waitresses and so forth. And, you know, there's a term called starving artists. There's a reason for that. But that's not an argument for not going after your Ikigai. It just means that your odds are stacked slightly against you relative to other opportunities. It's also the reason that people settle for predictable jobs, right? My parents told me I should do this and I should be practical and take up engineering. And that's why I have an issue with what you'll get paid for. Always bet on passion. Always bet on purpose. So what you do is you list out in all of those areas, all of the things where you have strengths. And then what you do is you bring them together and you look at those and you find commonalities across all of those 4 areas. And those become candidates for Ikigai. And so you pick one and that's your life purpose. It can change later. You can do this in a few years. You can do it in a few months. You can do it in a few more weeks if it doesn't work for you. And that's why I've got the workbook at the end to help you do that. I've also got some resources to help you brainstorm that are listed below. I didn't get paid by anybody, so don't worry about that. I think if you do this, it's really interesting because you could theoretically live to be in your late 90s or 100. And we all want that, right? Not bad for a YouTube video, give you some information on how to be 100 years old. So look, when you do this, the one thing I want you to think about, though, is playing all out and doing the exercise. And if you do, I think you'll end up being one of those people that Hunter Thompson once encouraged with his immortal words, buy the ticket, take the ride. So there you got it. See you on the other side.